Hello. I want to ask you a question. What makes you tick? When are you in the zone, so to speak? I've always been intensely curious about the concept of motivation, and that's what this topic is all about. I want to investigate this with you, but first of all, I want to tell you that you are the hero in this story. The hero because it really is about your level of energy, your communication, your motivation to persist when things are difficult. Have you ever got to the situation where you considered there must be a higher level of productivity? Have you been frustrated with some of your job tasks? Are you not seeing the results that you want? Well, join the crowd. That's certainly something that happens to many of us, and we wonder why other people are achieving and we're not. From a sales perspective, have you ever been in the room and seen a high eye working? They're just magnetic. People come to them, they know what the right thing to say is, they've got the energy, they've got a big smile on their face, and they seem to be the guys that are capturing the business while you're standing on the sideline. You're the tortoise, they're the hare, and the hare is crossing the line in front of you. But you can be your own self and still cross the finish line. Now, what I'm talking about is the fact that we're all uniquely different. If you had brothers and sisters growing up, you were very clearly aware of the fact that their personalities and appearance was different, but primarily their skill sets. Same parents, same environment, same socioeconomic status, everything of benefit to them or detriment was the same, but they had different skill sets, and that's what we're going to examine. There are some things that you are innately gifted with. You have those skill sets, and they're raw. They have to be developed, but they are definitely there. So the answer about discovering these things is that you don't have to guess. And that's extremely important. Peter Drucker said most people are clueless about their strengths, and that's really a shame. Now, you can test yourself a little bit, and there's some other ways, but when do you feel the most engaged and fulfilled? Is it when you're designing something? Are you solving problems? Are you involved with people? Are you isolated? Are you teaching, assembling, or selling? Just think about some of the times when you really knew you were contributing, and then categorize that, and you've started to discover where your strengths lie. Now, there are some commercial tests out there which I'm going to recommend, and I think this is the crux of jumping ahead and discovering what our strengths are. I would tell you, first of all, I would recommend the DISC. The Dominant, Influencer, Steady, and Compliant test. You can go to Tony Robbins' website. He has a test available there. There's some cost associated with it, but it will give you a fantastic report. Now, that's your platform. That's going to get you started on finding out what you are. However, I think there are some that actually dig deeper in this whole concept of fulfilling and discovering your strengths. I'll put these in the video aspect of this tape and allow you to take a look at the cover so you can go out and find these books. Number one, Strengths Finders by Tom Rath. They'll give you a short test and allow you to find your top 5 strengths and then give you details about that. There's the book Now Discover Your Strengths by Buckingham, and there are 34 different schemes, and they discovered these schemes by literally interviewing millions of people, so the validity is very, very high. The other two, or other one I should say, is Buckingham's book Stand Out, where it gives you your top 2. different strengths. Now, I would tell you that all of these books have significant insight about using your strengths. It's not just that you have them, but how you put them into play to serve your company, yourself, and other people. Now, my test revealed that I'm an advisor and an achiever. When I'm able to accomplish something in these two areas, it gives me a great deal of confidence to go after more of the same. And I feel great when I've achieved something in that area. There's just a solid feeling of fulfillment that takes place. So what we want to do now is go back to our original question. What is motivation? Motivation, by Webster's definition, is something that incites you to action, an internal desire that you can develop into a talent. Now, develop is the key word. This development must be done on purpose. Capitalize on your strengths and let other pursuits be trivial pursuits, or simply don't waste your time going after those things that are not your strengths. For example, in school, I played football, ran track and cross country, and I have scars on my chin, chipped teeth, and achy knees to prove it. Although certain aspects of these sports were encouraging and memorable, I was not gifted as an athlete. They were learning curve experiences. My fifth grade dreams of being the middle linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys are now extinct. There are phases of life that you will find are now in the past, and that was certainly one of mine. Now, I believe these talents are innately bestowed upon you as gifts from God. When you dig deep, you're mining in a pure vein of gold. There's hope for the future that drives you onward. And because when you're working inside your strengths, it invigorates you and it doesn't drive you down. You know you're in the zone of productivity. When you're working in your strengths, you'll find contentment, joy, and peace.